Hello everyone, Diego here. I'm just back from a long run, so today is Sunday, so it's long run day. And I run something around a little bit more than 18 kilometers. I run around 1 hour and 36 minutes in a 5 minutes 13 seconds per kilometer. Quite good. And my average heart rate was 146. Which is good. I haven't always been that fast, although certainly there are more people out there who runs faster than me. This is quite fast nowadays for me because it's kind of an easy long run, and for you to keep 146 BPM beats per minute heart rate on a 5.13 minutes per kilometer pace, it's very good, in my personal opinion, because I remember back then when I started, that would definitely not be the case. And it made me think about this video. A lot of people say out there is run slower to run faster. Yeah, doesn't make sense, right? As a beginner, what you would usually think is, in order for me to run faster, I actually need to train faster, right? Well, although this is partially true, it's not the whole story. You see, when you run fast all the time, you're putting a lot of stress into your joints, into bones. You have higher risk of training more than you actually need to, and therefore you're probably gonna burn out. What's the idea behind? Well done. What's the idea behind running slower? Well, by incorporating slow run, what you're gonna do is increase your endurance. You're gonna build up your muscles and joints. You're gonna strengthen accordingly with the stress given. But the difference between fast and slow pace or speed, if you will, is that you're not giving that much stress to your body. So running slower will allow you to run longer without giving that much of a beat to your body, to your muscles, to your joints. Also, by running slower, you're giving your body enough time to recover. And of course, you're building your fitness and your conditioning in proper time. Because what we want is consistency. So if you run faster all the time and you get injured, you're not going out there to run your next session. So running slower, recovering better, going to the next session consistently, it's what is going to allow you to be running in the long term. But you might be asking, why am I running slower will allow me to run faster? Well, that brings us to the energy conversation. So I've talked before about how our body uses carbohydrates and uses fat as fuel source. When you're running slower, your body mainly, of course, there are some specific situations, but in a broader context, when we are running slower, our body tends to use more fat. But when we introduce running slower more often, our body gets way more used to using fat rather than carbohydrates. Not saying that your body won't use carbohydrates, but it uses fat more as a primary source of energy than carbs. That way, if your body can utilize very efficiently fat, what's gonna happen is that when you are running faster, your body will try to use both. So use efficiently your fat sources, but also use your carbs. And of course, because our storage of carbs in our body is very limited, if you run long term, if you run longer, you're gonna need to replenish that storage. But fat is a gigantic storage within our body, right? So if your body learns how to use more efficiently, of course, your running is gonna be more efficient and you will be able to run longer and faster. Another thing is, when you run slower, your body uses different muscle than when you're running faster. Another thing is that when you are running in a slower pace, you are actually using different muscles than you're using when you're running faster. So by incorporating slower pace, another thing is when you are running slower, you are actually using different muscles than when you are running faster. And by incorporating slower pace, you are strengthening your muscles. So when you run faster, your body is more balanced. And then of course will help you because you are getting less injured. So how can you introduce slow runs to your program? It's not as complicated. All you need to do is introduce 1 or 2 runs to your program. Try to run in a comfortable pace. Usually it could be a very conversational. So what you could do is either run with some friend or try to mimic some talking to someone, try to do some say out loud or not that loud, some sentences and see if you can hold a full sentence. And if you do, you are at the right pace. If you, for instance, can only say 3 words, you are definitely way ahead of your pace. Over time, you can increase duration and frequency of your easy runs. You can also change the terrain or the altimetry, the inclination. You can run up hills, you can run in a rolling course, so you can give your body more challenge. Of course, it's important to remember that slow, easy runs is only one aspect of your training. Over time, your training plan needs to comprehend, speed runs, tempo runs, strength training. So you have a really complete training plan to make you get to your end goal, that being a time in a 5K, 10K, or just finishing your first race. But by slowing down, you can really pay attention to your body posture. It's something that I talked in my last video. If you're not listening to music, you can really dig deep into how your body feels when you're in a particular gait position. You can see more or less how your body is touching the ground, if you feel any pain. So really, slow runs is a very good opportunity for you to understand how your body behaves, and then you can bring the most of it. And that's it, guys. Personally, I run a lot of easy runs. It's actually the ones that take most of my training plans, especially in base. When you are in base, which is usually the beginning of the season, all you want is to improve your endurance as much as you can before you introduce your quality work, those being speed works, interval training, fartlek, all these different kind of speed works that will push you to run even faster. So that's a little bit of my take on the slow run to run faster. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, if you want to know anything, either about me or either about the slow run or any other of my videos, just leave a comment in the space below. Hopefully you're gonna be very cool and gonna like this video as well. And I hope you also subscribe. That's it for today. Thank you very much again. So see you soon. See you around.